If you're over 50 and you've noticed that meals sit in your stomach longer, that bloating shows up almost daily, that what used to pass through your system in hours now takes what feels like forever, you are not imagining it, and you are definitely not alone. I've sat across from hundreds of patients who tell me the exact same thing. Doctor, I eat the same way I always have, but my body just doesn't process food the way it used to. And here's the truth that nobody tells you plainly enough. Your digestive system is aging right alongside the rest of you. And unless you understand what's actually happening inside your gut after 50, you'll keep fighting symptoms without ever touching the real cause. So stay with me for the next few minutes, because I'm going to walk you through exactly why digestion slows down after 50, the warning signs most people ignore, and most importantly, the practical steps that can genuinely bring relief, starting today. Let's start with the most basic question. Why does this even happen? Think of your digestive system like a busy kitchen in a restaurant. In your 20s and 30s, that kitchen runs like a well-oiled machine. The chefs move fast, the orders go out quickly, everything is fresh and efficient. But after 50, it's like half the kitchen staff retired and nobody replaced them. The ovens still work, but they take longer to heat up. The chefs are still skilled, but they move a little slower. The orders still get filled, but everything takes more time. That's essentially what's happening in your gut. One of the biggest reasons is that stomach acid production naturally declines with age. This might sound like a small thing, but stomach acid is actually one of the most important players in digestion. It breaks down proteins, kills off harmful bacteria you might swallow with food, and helps your body absorb critical nutrients like vitamin B12, iron, and calcium. When acid levels drop, food breaks down less efficiently, sits in the stomach longer, and you end up with that heavy, sluggish, I just ate a brick feeling, even after a normal-sized meal. Then there's the muscle factor. Your entire digestive tract, from your esophagus down to your intestines, relies on a wave-like muscle movement called peristalsis to push food along. As we age, just like the muscles in our arms and legs lose some strength and tone, the muscles lining your digestive tract do too. This means food moves through more slowly, which is a major reason why constipation becomes so much more common after 50. I can't tell you how many patients come in convinced something is seriously wrong, when really their gut muscles have simply slowed their pace, like a once bustling highway that's now down to one lane during rush hour. Another huge piece of this puzzle is your gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria living in your intestines that help digest food, produce certain vitamins, and even influence your immune system and mood. Research has shown that the diversity of these bacteria tends to decrease as we age. Less diversity often means less efficient digestion, more gas, more bloating, and a gut environment that's more prone to inflammation. Imagine your gut bacteria as a garden. In your younger years, that garden is lush, with dozens of different plants all working together. After 50, without the right care, that garden can become overgrown with weeds and lose a lot of its variety. And just like a neglected garden produces less, a less diverse gut produces less efficient digestion. We also can't ignore the role of digestive enzymes. Your pancreas produces enzymes that break down fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. With age, enzyme production can decline, which means foods, especially fatty or rich foods, don't get broken down as efficiently. This is often why someone who could eat a big plate of fried food in their 30s without a second thought now feels uncomfortably full, gassy, or nauseated after the same meal in their 50s or 60s. Medications play a role too, and this is something I see overlooked constantly. Many common medications prescribed for blood pressure, depression, pain management, and even allergies can slow down gut motility or alter stomach acid levels as a side effect. If you started a new medication and noticed your digestion changed around the same time, that's not a coincidence. That's worth discussing with your doctor. Now let's talk about the warning signs that your slower digestion might need more attention. Occasional bloating after a heavy meal? Normal. But if you're experiencing chronic bloating, frequent constipation, unexplained weight loss, persistent heartburn, or changes in your stool that last more than a couple of weeks, those are signals your body is sending that shouldn't be ignored. I always tell my patients, your gut is like a smoke detector. Most of the time, it's just doing its job, quietly in the background. But when it starts going off repeatedly, it's trying to tell you something, and it's worth listening. So, now for the part you've been waiting for. What can you actually do about it? First, let's talk about hydration, because this is one of the simplest fixes that gets overlooked constantly. Water is essential for softening stool and helping it move through your intestines. As we age, our sense of thirst actually becomes less reliable, meaning you might be dehydrated without even feeling thirsty. I tell my patients to think of their digestive tract like a water slide. If there's plenty of water, things slide through smoothly. If the slide is dry, everything gets stuck. Aim for consistent water intake throughout the day, not just when you remember or feel thirsty. Next, fiber. But here's the catch. It has to be the right kind and introduced the right way. Soluble fiber, found in foods like oats, apples, carrots, and beans, absorbs water and forms a gel-like substance that helps keep things moving smoothly. Insoluble fiber, found in whole grains and vegetable skins, adds bulk to stool. Most people over 50 aren't getting enough of either. But here's my warning. If you suddenly add a huge amount of fiber to your diet overnight, you can actually make bloating and gas worse. Increase it gradually and pair it with plenty of water. Otherwise, you're adding more cars to that slow highway without giving them a way to move. Movement is another massive factor that people underestimate. Physical activity literally helps stimulate the muscles in your digestive tract. Even something as simple as a 20-minute walk after meals can significantly improve digestion and reduce bloating. Think about it this way. When you're sedentary, your gut tends to be sedentary too. But when you move, you're essentially giving your digestive system a gentle nudge, like jump-starting a car battery that's been sitting too long. Let's talk about eating habits, because how you eat matters just as much as what you eat. Eating slowly and chewing thoroughly might sound like advice from your grandmother, but there's real science behind it. Digestion actually begins in your mouth. Saliva contains enzymes that start breaking down food before it even reaches your stomach. When you eat too quickly, you bypass this important first step, swallow excess air, which contributes to bloating, and put extra pressure on a stomach that's already working with reduced acid production. Try this. Put your fork down between bites. It sounds small, but it can make a real difference. Now, here's something I want every person watching this to consider. Probiotic and prebiotic foods. Probiotics, found in yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and kimchi, introduce beneficial bacteria into your gut. Prebiotics, found in foods like garlic, onions, bananas, and asparagus, feed the good bacteria that are already there. Going back to that garden analogy, probiotics are like planting new seeds, and prebiotics are like fertilizer that helps everything grow. Together, they can help restore some of that microbial diversity that naturally declines with age. Let's also address meal timing and portion sizes. As digestion slows, your body simply can't process the same large meals as efficiently as it once could. Instead of 3 large meals, many people find relief by eating smaller, more frequent meals throughout the day. This reduces the burden on your digestive system at any given time, like asking that one-lane highway to handle a steady trickle of cars instead of a massive rush-hour surge all at once. And finally, don't underestimate stress. Your gut and brain are directly connected through what's called the gut-brain axis. When you're stressed, your body diverts resources away from digestion and toward your fight-or-flight response. Chronic stress can slow digestion, increase inflammation, and even alter your gut bacteria. Simple practices like deep breathing before meals, taking a few minutes to relax before eating, or incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine can have a real measurable impact on how well your body digests food. Now, before we wrap up, I want to be very clear about one thing. While slower digestion is a normal part of aging, that doesn't mean you have to simply accept discomfort as your new normal. There's a difference between this is part of getting older and this is something I should just live with. Many of the strategies I've shared today, staying hydrated, eating more mindfully, incorporating gentle movement, supporting your gut bacteria, and being mindful of portion sizes, can make a noticeable difference within just a few weeks. But if you're experiencing severe symptoms, sudden changes, or anything that concerns you, please don't try to self-diagnose or push through it. Talk to your doctor. Sometimes what feels like just aging can actually be something more, and getting it checked early always beats waiting. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it's this. Your body isn't betraying you after 50. It's simply changing, and it needs a little extra support to keep doing its job well. The digestive system that served you faithfully for decades deserves some care and attention now, just like you'd give extra care to a car that's been on the road for 50 years. Small, consistent changes, drinking more water, moving your body, eating a little slower, adding the right foods. These aren't drastic overhauls. They're gentle adjustments that can lead to real, lasting relief. So here's my challenge for you. Pick just one thing from everything we talked about today. Maybe it's drinking an extra glass of water with each meal, or taking a short walk after dinner, and commit to doing it for the next 2 weeks. Notice how you feel. Your gut has been with you through everything, and it's not too late to start treating it with the care it deserves. If this video helped you understand what's happening in your body and gave you some practical tools to feel better, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I share videos just like this every week, breaking down what's really going on with your health after 50 and giving you real practical advice you can actually use. And if you have questions or there's a topic you'd like me to cover, drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. Take care of that gut of yours. It's been working hard for you for a long time. I'll see you in the next video.